my advice is like to follow your like curiosity, because I think that the advice that people normally get about just like do what you love is very, that is can be really intimidating when people don't necessarily know what they love yet. Like they're trying to figure out what they love. Like there's not such, I don't think there's such a thing as like one singular like life's work. And so I would say like follow your curiosity. I think that advice applies to OM too. It's like you could do this problem in a million ways. So like follow the thing that you're most curious about and it will lead you to, it will lead you to a solution. It may not be the like most elegant solution, but it is a solution. And I think that the like flexibility and the like constant iteration. I never did one of the like balsa wood projects. Like that wasn't my jam. But I think that the process I assume around that is like test things. You gotta just keep testing, test, and eventually you'll get to like the best possible structure. Is sort of how I think about like startups. Like what we're doing now is at the seed stage is testing a series of tests that ideally get us closer and closer and closer to product market fit. And so if you are comfortable with that idea of like you're going to test into something, you're not going to know, it's not going to be perfect right away. You may be wrong. We were wrong. We were right until we were wrong with the last kind of iterations of the business. It worked for a time and then we had to evolve. And I think that like if you can get comfortable with that and not be afraid of it, that's like the most like liberating way to go into building businesses. When I was younger, I would do a lot of like informational interviews of people who I thought had like cool careers, and I'd be like, how did you get here? And hearing their story, their like reflection on how they got to where they currently were, I would always be like, well, that's so perfect. Like every step along the way like perfectly led you to where you are now. Like how did you know to take all those steps? And the reality is they didn't know. And actually they're just retrospectively telling a story that makes sense in retrospect. And I could do the same thing. But I think being okay with that, like being okay with like, there's going to be a lot of chapters to your story and that's okay. Is like part of the fun and the adventure. And so, yeah, I don't know. I think like the theme is really just like adapt, change, flexibility, like, and sort of making the most with what you have. That has like been a big theme in my entrepreneurial journey. I would say it's probably been a theme of the last few years, given the circumstances that, I think a lot of people who have like have been figuring it out. That's probably like a thing that they've realized. But I think it's valuable.